Why is there a Sith Lord in Final Fantasy? Welcome back, Io.
That was a very apropos moment for me to return.
Yes.
It's probably some kind of crossover that goes to Kingdom Hearts and then back around.
It's because of you and the dungeons are a little strong on Kingdom Hearts references. Doesn't mean...
Look, all I'm saying is that if there's Final Fantasy in Kingdom Hearts and there's Disney in Kingdom Hearts and Disney owns Star Wars, then they're all the same cinematic universe. In this essay, I will...
Kingdom Hearts 4...
If I play Final Fantasy, they'll give me a lightsaber?
If they don't, they're cowards.
Actually...
On that note, who wants to play Dungeons & Dragons?
Yay.
All right. So, hello and welcome to Cause and Effect. This is episode 6, Open Mic Night. My name is Crash. I'll be your DM for the evening. I'm hearing my voice coming back at me. I think it's coming through Milo's. Okay, there we go. And tonight I'm joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, Jen, Milo, and Tom. So, what happened last time?
We changed the landscape of the gaming universe.
Just a little bit.
Milo,
There's an
you might-
underground feature. That's probably not a big deal, right? Anyway,
we mostly hope that it's going to prevent horrible time travel disasters from happening. So,
Oh, certainly. And I'm pretty
Fingers
sure
crossed.
nobody noticed. So, it's totally fine.
The Ogmanites did it.
Most likely. You can blame most things that happen in Flotsam on the Ogmanites, to be very honest.
But, we don't hold it against them.
We were just looking for undead, and then things started exploding.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Accurate.
So, when you returned, a couple things happened. First of all, you're getting a long rest.
Okay.
Second, you're getting a level up, so you can all be level 4 now. And did anyone pick a level that was not... Let me rephrase this. What levels did you take?
All of them. That's as many as 40 cakes. And that's horrible.
The ones that weren't nailed down.
So you're making a halfling artificer? Alchemist, presumably.
Hobby took another level in Rogue and still has a level in Reserve for reasons. Had
Hobby
to
can be
pick
defined
an
as suboptimal,
archetype.
and this is fine.
All robot
Because I'm a...
I learned how to fight in bars.
Mech has
And force people to fight me.
with 4 different 5 weapons of proficiency.
Yay! And Cavil, you were multi-classed, so did you take a level in Bard or Warlock?
Well, my patron and I don't appear to be on fantastic terms at the moment, which I think kind of precludes Warlock levels. So I'm now a Bard 2, Warlock 2, which means I still don't have any second level spells, but that's alright. I don't need them.
Well, it's...
No, it's pronounced Waylord.
I can assure you that being on good terms with your patron doesn't need to be the requirement for taking...
Yeah, let me tell you that. Let me tell you about
Well,
that.
it does if he, if I want to get my Book of Shadows back.
Look...
Okay, but Betade did need it?
As Milo's pointing out, Chadrick doesn't even know who his deity is. And
Also,
he's got all
Paige
the
changed
paladin
their
spells.
god to Sonic the Hedgehog.
True. That did happen.
None of you know about that. But yes, that did happen.
Oh yes, sorry,
be worse.
Paige, we stepped on your god. That was the other campaign, though.
The other campaign, yeah.
Just popped into my head the idea of Cavil asking Mo for a letter of recommendation for their new patron.
Yeah, no, Cavil's not switching patrons, much to the probable annoyance of Cavil's patron.
This is fine, that GIF. So, in the
All
morning...
right. Mo gets...
Sorry?
Mo gets a nice, entertaining Cavil feed.
Yes, and apparently the ability to take selfies, although he hasn't yet realized that he's taking selfies that show up on somebody's ebook of shadows. Also, he seems to think that the social media posting feature is in fact a search engine.
Oh no.
Of course, the social media accounts that you have set up on the ebook of shadows won't be invented, if they ever are, for another 1,000 or so years. So
Mo is the only one on the feed.
pretty much, which is, I don't want to say it's good or bad. It's a thing. It is definitely a thing.
I just want to say, as someone who played Paige, Paige is excited that Mo is getting tortured by someone else's social media nonstop.
No, he doesn't know.
He thinks it's
He
a
won't
search
know
engine.
until Cavill tells him.
Possibly accidentally.
Possibly, because if he wonders about something that Cavill knows, he suddenly knows it. But he doesn't know about social media as a concept, so he's not wondering about it. With that said, you are woken up the following morning by a representative from Member Services because apparently, as cohort 15972, name pending you all agreeing on a name,
Oh, right.
yeah, well, it seems that the undead problem in the Crooked Hills has been taken care of. There's no more undead wandering around the Crooked Hills. So, congratulations. You are receiving a payment of 340 gold. This is minus what was used for purchasing a longbow for whatever reason. The reason wasn't given, but a longbow is requested, and okay, so you have a longbow now. One of you has it. But that 340 gold can be split up to individual accounts for each of you. It could be given to you in actual gold you can put in your pockets if you wish, or you can have it be in your group account to be used for group expenses as opposed to individual expenses. However you want to do it is up to you, but you might want to make a decision about that. If not, it's going to stay in your group account until you request it.
We should probably at least split some of it up because otherwise I have a certain concern about how much alcohol will be bought with it.
I was literally about to say that Chadrick would love it if it stayed communal and he could just keep taking out of it.
I thought we split it up between... Oh, I was going to say everyone except Chadrick, but then Chadrick's going to get arrested for not paying his bar tab.
Also, Chadrick doesn't understand how money works.
Oh, no.
Also, as a cohort, if you are going to be withdrawing money from it, you do need a majority of the cohort to agree to it. This rule is put in place after a few incidents of, shall we say, more freelance cohort members in various groups.
Oh,
Someone went to
excellent.
Vegas.
So we have veto power over Chadrick's alcohol fund.
Not veto, but at the same time, if Chadrick is able to convince a bunch of people that he really needs the money, he doesn't need to convince everyone, just a majority.
And you have to remember, I have the ability to implant thoughts in anyone's mind at any time.
Oh, no.
As evidenced by the fact that the hamster dance is currently playing in the background right now.
Look, I'm a warlock. You
Chadrick.
think I mind voices in my head?
It's just, look at this graph from, look at this photograph over and over again.
Oh.
Nine Cat. Okay, so in my head canon, if it really is look at this graph, the pause where they just silence the word photo is also in there. So
Oh,
it's very halting.
absolutely.
I hate everything about this if this is what's in my head. Fortunately, I'm the DM. So I am fine. Also, the last thing that the person from Member Services lets you know is that you should probably get some rest because you had a hard time adventuring and it was your first registered run. So before you grab another quest, you maybe consider just like hanging out here for a day. There's a bar, as you know. By the way, it's open mic night, so if any of you is a performer or maybe has some good jokes you want to share or something, all you gotta do is sign up and perform.
Me,
Oh, wonderful.
me.
Yeah, we try to do this once a week just for, morale purposes. It works pretty well. Just keep in mind that earplugs are complimentary if you don't like certain decibel levels for some of the regular acts. We didn't know when we set up Flag that there was a type of person called a barbarian, but apparently it's very popular.
Good to know, I guess.
Okay, well, I've got a lot of coffee to drink, so have a good day.
I am going to
Coffee sounds wonderful, and
introduce
let's just split all the
the
money evenly.
headquarters to Eldritch
I need coffee.
Electronica.
Eldritch
Eldritch
Electronica, I am here for this.
Chadrick requires coffee to function.
I thought
Is
Chadrick
this
required
because
alcohol to
Chadrick?
function.
I feel
This
like
is the morning
the
after.
result.
We didn't say how much scotch is in the coffee,
Oh no.
or whiskey, or any hard liquor. But in
Yeah,
any
haven't
case,
you had like an Irish coffee? Come on, let's go.
But in any case, the Quest Hub Bar and Grill is open 24/7, and they do have a variety of meals available, including breakfast. And yes,
Breakfast
coffee.
sounds good. Oh,
The
we need
coffee
to
is
make sure that
guaranteed to almost melt the spoon.
we need to make sure that A gets some of the money too, because we are not stranding a little kobold here.
So
Without
where
money.
is A?
Where did the little kobold go?
Excellent question. You haven't seen A since you got here. They kind of disappeared during the tour.
Perhaps they do not want to be part of this group.
But we should put a little money in for them anyway, just in case. Also, we should probably find them and make sure they're okay and that no one is trying to eat them or something.
Okay, so can I assume that Chadrick is making a beeline for the Quest Hub Bar and Grill?
Yeah, because he doesn't know who this is.
Oh. Okay.
He was too busy walking drunk dogs.
Or drunking walked dogs.
A is
Yeah.
the small kobold that you did not kill and came down with you.
Oh, that one from the bathroom incident.
Well, before the
Well-
bathroom incident, but yes.
Or
And
maybe after the bathroom incident.
also they may have not actually been on their chair properly during the, we'll call it a vehicle, the vehicular ride down to the surface from the moon. So their head was actually in your lap for most of the flight, but whatever. So Chadrick goes over to the Quest Hub Bar and Grill, and there's several orcs that are serving a variety of adventurers. Not every adventurer is a morning person. Many are not, but there's enough that are currently up at this time, either because they're about to go to bed or they've just woken up, that there is still a brisk business going on. So as you saddle up to the bar, an orc that is perhaps a bit on the short side. It's possible that they are not yet old enough to legally serve you the harder liquors, assuming that there's laws for that here. Flotsam is kind of libertarian, although less libertarian after they realized they had to say, do whatever you want, no, not like that.
Do not feed the bears.
Do not allow someone to cast Wall of Fire twice in a children's theater.
Same difference.
Cats hate that.
Yes, cats do hate that. Also, orphans.
Bear Town is
Orphans
like
also hate that.
45 minutes away from.
Yep.
Anyway, that one particular incident that I just described is the reason why they have a few more laws in this too. However, this person who might be the orc equivalent of a teenager says, okay, what do you need?
I need a smoothie of raw eggs to get over this hangover.
Oh, okay. We got a special hangover remedy. You want that?
That sounds amazing.
All right. It does include raw. Mom, are they eggs? Okay. You didn't hear the answer, but they do go through a door, and you hear the unmistakable sound of a blender and several large things being turned into small things.
I truly do not care as long as it is a hangover blend.
I'm slightly disappointed that the question wasn't phrased just a little differently. Mom, are they technically eggs?
The answer might have been technically.
But yeah, he slumps down, and then he also he does ask, have you seen a really, really small kobold sneaking around?
Okay, so you mean like small like a kobold or small for kobolds?
Small for kobolds.
They usually don't let their kids up here.
Well, apparently the other people I'm with managed to get one to go missing. So I'm trying to find it, not be mean, try to help out since I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, there's been a kobold that's been hanging around some of the tables, which is a little weird because usually the kobolds that are in here are part of like the sanitation crew, and they just like sweep up and then they get out of here, and that's fine. This one just sort of looks over the tables that need to be bussed and then moves on to the next one.
That sounds like the bugger. Where is he?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know where he usually scurries away from?
We only saw him yesterday.
Is there something I can roll to get a better answer?
I mean, you can try, but you only got here yesterday.
I'm gonna persuade. 10.
Well, with a 10, look, I'll keep an eye out for him, but I gotta focus on the job first. You understand.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. It's just, once again, the people I'm staying with, it's one of their friends, and I promised I would ask around.
Okay, and the entire time you've been having this conversation, they've been holding a blended drink with a straw sticking out of it, and they haven't handed it to you yet.
Do I have some of that money in my pocket?
Did you request any money? Or did you just make a beeline for the bar?
I assumed we handed it out after I admitted that I didn't know how cash worked.
That is certainly an assumption of the result of saying you don't know how.
Considering you've also said Chadwick does not know how money works.
Mhm.
So, this will be 2 copper.
You know what? One second. I promise to be right back. I just realized I forgot to grab my share of our money we got this morning. One second. And I sprint back to grab money from one of y'all, and please explain to me what a copper is.
It's like a police officer.
I'll come with Chad to the bar and probably hand them a whatever the money came to us in, if it's bigger than copper, and sort of go, here, this is his tab for now. Did we get it in coppers, or did we get it in whatever?
We got it in gold because if we got it in coppers, it would be too many coppers. I
Well,
think a
right.
The amount that
copper
you were
is.
told was in gold, but you weren't, unless you request it, you weren't given any money at all. They have an account for you.
I will go to the account then with the paladin and ask for the appropriate money and
My drink!
Well, while this is going on, Mech is going to go recharge somewhere away from all this chaos for a bit.
Okay. Technically, you've all had a long rest at this point, so you have recharged.
Well, that's their excuse. They're going to around.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in my room. You share the room
Yes.
with several hundred people.
That's fine.
It's still mine. Technically
How
ours,
many
but
party
that-
members do we have again?
in total, 6.
One. Not counting A.
So-
Okay.
I'm sorry. In total, 7.
Isn't it 7?
Not counting A. If you put
Yeah,
A on the
Merlin's in
roster,
there.
it's 8. I was looking at how many we're playing right now.
Matt doesn't count.
Well,
Hobby will
I'm
make sure that
going-
we've sorted everything out.
I'm going to request
Everybody gets a share.
my 42 gold, which is presumably a unit of currency.
Right? Well, with
You're a
your
unit
cohort,
of
we just
currency.
need you to get 3 more signatures on this form, and we can hand it over.
Did I put my signature on it?
Not yet.
I'm gonna, because I'm all about whatever it is that gets me that disgusting hangover shake.
I will not disabuse Chatrick of the notion that I intend to buy him a drink.
Let's sort it out so that we have everything that we all have our separate accounts, and then once we have signed that, I think that we've got, like, how many people need to sign this to make sure that we divide it into our separate accounts?
You need at least 4.
Okay, so we will need to get Tex or Stonebrook.
The party completes its hardest mission yet, getting paid.
As a
They've already been
freelancer,
paid. They
this
just
is
need to
true.
Get the money into their
Yes,
hand.
Tex will help. Tex will help
Okay,
once she's done with her shower.
so Cavill and Hoppy and
My shake's gonna go
Chadrick
bad.
and Tex.
Okay, in
Unless
my head
Stonebrooke's
canon, Tex
around.
is in the shower with one of those shower cap things that covers, designed to cover hair, so it's all poofy.
That is adorable. She is adorable.
Well, this is true.
We will scrounge
Also,
everybody
she's 7
together.
feet tall and can crush a bus.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Sign things so we divert the money all around.
in-game time, it takes about 15 minutes, but you finally get the signatures and get back to member services, and they're able to give you the 42 gold or whatever, and you can give a small amount of money to Chadrick, who can run back to the bar, and Chadrick sees the small orc absent-mindedly just like taking a sip out of the drink that they made, and then making a face as they realize what they've just done. Because if you're standing there holding a drink with a straw in it, the subconscious thing is, this is my drink. It was not their drink.
This is not the
I'm
drink
not even
they
mad.
wanted.
Not even mad. That means I know it works.
Tex is requesting that her share be kept in her account,
Okay.
but everybody else can do with their whatever they want with theirs.
I'm guessing that I can't get a credit card in this world.
You have a line of credit through Flag. Now, right now, that line of credit only works with businesses that are associated with Flag, most of which are inside Flag headquarters right now. But they
So
will hold on
I
to them
only
going forward.
understand how credit cards work.
They do not give you a card.
I can't understand this.
It's fine. Sip your disgusting beverage. It's not all. It's not actually a liquid. Well, not all liquid.
Hopefully, it will cure the hangover. Hobby is
Well-
going to ask member services what the average price of a meal is.
It's usually a copper or two. We buy in bulk.
And how many coppers to the gold?
They blink at you.
We're from, let's go with another planet.
Oh, the kobolds sent you down, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
You weren't from that world that was like on top of 4 elephants that were riding a turtle, were you?
No.
Darn.
Sorry.
Oh, well. Okay, they go over the basics of economics in Dungeons and Dragons, skipping over Electrum
feel-
because Electrum are weird.
Hobby is probably going to ask for like 2.5 gold in assorted coins that can be stashed around her person, and the rest can stay in her account.
Okay.
And also ask if they've seen A, because A needs to know that A has some money in A's account.
Milo, the scene that you have found in image form is one of the best moments from the Adventure Zone that I have ever encountered.
I literally cried laughing while listening to it.
I based a character's tone of speech off of that scene.
What is syllabus?
There is a splitting.
Sweet bird in heaven.
It was so glorious. Anyway,
It's an entire 30-minute accounting lesson with someone who doesn't know math.
yes. All right. So, discussing beverage
I can only approve.
purchase and breakfast purchases and money accounting have been sorted.
Okay, as soon as I see them leave, I'm going to go to the member services and pick up my gold just in case. Pull it right out of the account
Okay.
if I can.
And give me a second here. I am pressing buttons.
Hmm.
This should not
Concerning.
worry anyone.
Everyone have little
Suddenly-
asterisks next to it?
Suddenly, under the ground, we hear the telltale rumble of a tunneling undead.
Oops.
Yes, but they're undead dwarves, so they're going, hi ho.
Are you allowed to use that? Are you going to get in trouble?
It's literally 2 words, so I think I'm okay.
Alright. Wouldn't it
Also,
be
I'm not
brains,
posting this
ho?
to Disney Plus.
True.
So, Chadrick, as you are sipping your beverage, you see a little red-scaled hand come up onto the countertop and take one of the coppers that are sitting there that you didn't put back in your pocket because money. Take it off the countertop and disappear.
Oops.
Chadrick?
Is it just the hand?
Well, the hand was attached to something.
Probably.
That's slightly less creepy.
Paying Paige is not here. The hands have things attached to them.
That's unfortunate. I'm
Hobby's
just
so
drinking my drink.
proud. Hobby is so proud. A is working at getting levels in Rogue.
You know, I probably should use my ability to perceive things, but I'm enjoying my drink.
Well, I look at your passive perception. That's how I know you saw this.
Oh yeah, true. I see it, I probably go, there it is. And then instead I choose to purposely avoid it because I got my drink money.
Okay. Now, remember I said it came and grabbed one of the coppers that was sitting on the countertop?
Oh wait, it grabbed one of my coppers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna grab that hand.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. In this case, just roll if you have an armed attack on your character sheet, roll that.
17.
You very easily grab this hand around the wrist and yank up, and you find that it is in fact attached to a small red-scaled kobold.
Hey, your name was...
Yeah,
Awesome. Drop the money.
I'd like to, but I can't feel my fingers right now.
Should have thought about that. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. You're gonna stand still. You're gonna give me back my coppers.
Okay.
I do it, and then once he hands it back to me, I'll do the nice little pat on the head because he's a small boy, and I'll just kind of be like, okay, everyone else is looking for you, and they're kind of making a big deal of it. Do you want to see them?
They
Yeah, we're making a big deal because we want to give Ace some money.
did kind of kill everyone I ever knew, except for one person, and that one person was a jerk.
God, Moo, do you know that all of us lost everyone we ever knew in our entire lives that same day?
Technically, you didn't lose them on the same day. You lost them thousands of years in the future, but time is relative, and all of your
That
relatives
same
are dead.
24-hour period?
Subjective 24-hour period.
Yeah.
It was a subjective day.
That same sleep cycle?
Okay. Do you want to hang out with the people responsible for killing everyone you knew?
You know, that's actually probably why I've been missing for the last few weeks, because I didn't want to join this party and I just happened to be here. So, you know what, dude? I get you.
Yeah, you did kind of get me. Sorry about that.
I get what you did there. But yeah,
yeah, it was a joke.
yeah, good one, little dude. I go to give him a high five.
It's a quite low five, actually, or he just tries to jump and not reach. Eventually, they climb up onto a bar stool and onto the counter, getting few orcs to yell at them, and manage to give you the high five.
Ah, yeah, little dude. Okay. Yeah, no, gosh, yeah. So the thing is, they actually wanted to give you, apparently your cut of the money we got. And so I was wondering if you were game for that, or,
They got paid for what?
I don't know, I was walking dogs.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to walk the dogs.
Not anymore.
Probably eaten the poor little thing.
I tried, but apparently they don't understand the word heal. And then
Nah, they don't.
And you've got a lot of armor that makes you a bit heavier and harder to pull down a street, up a tree.
You know, that's true. I also apparently have, this aura that really calms them down. Owners didn't love that.
Oh, that's what that smell is.
Yeah, little dude. So, you want it? Me and this kobold are gonna bro out. Come on, man.
You thought the kobold was going to be best friends with Hobby. Nope.
Nope.
Apparently
No,
not.
no. I mean, Hobby dragged this poor thing around like a kid drags a cat around. Just because Hobby thinks that this is fine does not mean the kobold thinks this is
No,
fine.
the
But also
kobold did
Hobby
not
is
think
making.
this was fine.
But also the Hobby is making sure the kobold gets their share.
So, little dude,
Which is
do you want to
probably-
get your money from the uptight one, and then we can go for for a stroll and look for things to do?
I guess. Which one's the uptight one?
Probably the one that started the fight. Let's go.
Which one started the fight? At this point, A says this to empty air because you've already left, most likely, and then A rushes to catch up.
Yeah, so me and A are gonna have we're gonna get the money and then we're gonna like go for a walk around town and be obnoxious hooligans.
Okay. Stonebrook, what are you doing during all this?
Probably just sitting at the bar, utterly confused as to what's going on. Doesn't understand bars, doesn't understand technology, just kind of looking back and forth, just kind of watching.
Okay. Give me a deception check.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming you're not trying to make it obvious that you are totally confused.
5.
And with the 5, you can say you made the attempt.
Yeah. He tries to nod at the appropriate times he thinks that he's supposed to be agreeing with. So
You find that one of the things you nodded for was when one of the orcs serving at the bar says, "You're totally lost, aren't you?"
Yeah. Poor Stonebrook.
smile and nod.
Sorry?
He just kind of smiles and nods. He just really has no clue what's going on. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I see that look a lot. This is, to be honest, this is kind of new to all of us as well. Although, haven't seen many otter folk.
I think there's many of us left.
Oh, there's a bunch of you, but you're all on the other side of the world. Well, most of you are. I mean, you're here.
He kind of just gets a sad look on his face. Kind of puts his head down on his little paws at the bar. So,
Aw. You know what? Give me a charisma roll.
okay. Is that a check or
Just a charisma
straight
check.
charisma check? I think it's this. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Wait, this one. Okay. 11.
Okay, so you do not, in fact, manage to be as cute as the otter gifs that get shared in chat. But
Well, he does carry a knife, so that,
yes,
makes them
and
less
you
than
have
cute.
shown a penchant for wearing skulls
yes.
as hats
so-
and enjoying them. Even
That
if
doesn't-
Can I
someone-
assist in this role just because I have left and therefore the place must be better?
I don't want to give inspiration for that, but you did make me laugh out loud.
The toxic
No.
masculinity has faded.
You are not allowed to give someone advantage by
I'm
not helping.
being
Being
there.
I feel like
not
that's the
how
best
it's-
thing I can do.
That's not how it's supposed to work. And here's the problem though, with the people who are involved in this campaign, if I allowed that, there are certain individuals, I'm not naming names, who would be able to find a way to min-max that to great effect.
Hey, Chadrick, I need to step outside for 2 seconds. Okay, I would like to barter.
Next thing I know, you're taking them to Rask at level 5.
I mean, it's sort of the ultimate end point of the idea that, okay, we have to do this thing, ask the paladin to go take care of the horses.
Except in this case, it's because the paladin is.
Well, yes, but
The
it's sort
trope,
of
but the
ultimate-
opposite way. Oh no, the
Yeah.
paladin's around. We can't be responsible.
Cut to Chadrick in the stable looking at the horses, just looking at them.
So,
Then
you
looking
like
at a saddle.
A?
And all the horses just look at Chadrick, and as one, they say to each other in horse, whatever that is, yeah, this ain't happening.
No, the thing is, I would look at the horses and just be like, "Hey, am I right?"
Hey, dudes.
So you guys like mares?
Some of them are mares.
Doesn't stop him.
Smash cut
I mean,
to Chadrick getting kicked through the barn door. It had been closed.
Oh come on! I didn't think it was that rude.
Well, we see the exterior shot for a few seconds.
Wait, does this
And
count as a
then-
tavern brawl?
No, in part because this is all a hypothetical situation that we came to on a tangent. And I'm here for this content. But meanwhile, back at the bar, the actual bar that is canon, Stonebrook is feeling sorry for himself.
Okay.
Poor
And the
stuff.
bartender is going, they're there, and then nonchalantly, or trying to hide the fact that he then wipes his hand off on the rag, which is a bit more red than it was supposed to be before.
Oh.
Well, it's mostly
Stoneberg, you need
brownish
a
at this point. It's congealed, but never mind.
All right,
He's gonna-
so Mech is... Go ahead.
Oh, he's going to try to order a fish if possible.
Oh,
They have
we
food
got
here?
that.
Okay.
You want fried, boiled, raw?
Fresh?
We got that.
Okay.
It is a port town.
Oh.
Okay, Mech's gonna go back to the bar, assuming everyone else has gone there for whatever this open mic thing might be.
Okay.
Well, that's open mic night.
Yeah, there is
Mech's never heard of this, so
there is a sign-up sheet that's being it's basically just sitting on a table with someone from member services sitting next to it to explain rules and policies to people who haven't heard of it before.
Oh, I meant to sign up for that on my way out.
What are you gonna do with this?
Oh, you'll see.
Why am I just filled with trepidation and fear?
You know, that's a common quality people say that they feel around me. I think it's just because I'm so cool.
That is a possibility.
I mean, my name's McCool Guy.
I thought your name was Chadrick.
I have two names. One is Chadrick, the other one's McCool Guy.
Oh, like a secret identity.
Yeah, it's like my nom de plume.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently that's like a fancy name. I don't know. Some smart person said it and I thought I should pick it up.
Meanwhile, the person at the counter, well, at the table, is just watching this conversation, feeling their intelligence modifier slowly go down as they award you no points and hope that the gods have mercy on your soul.
It's a secret weapon to decrease intelligence. So.
oh no.
Y'all don't realize that I can channel divinity to give myself +5 charisma.
Oh no.
All right, so Mech is going to ask the person with the list, what is this event and how does it work?
Okay, well, there's a lot of people who, whether because they're bards or, it's just something they picked up, like to perform. So we give them a venue where they get to do that. And it's nothing super fancy. It's just we have the stage, a bunch of people get to listen to each other, and it's kind of like if you've ever had a sing-song around a campfire or something.
I don't think
when
I've ever had that. No. That has not been my experience.
Oh, okay. Well, some adventurers do that, and it raises their morale. They feel better afterwards. So this is that, just on a slightly larger scale because we've got more adventurers doing it.
Interesting. I might observe.
Well, you're welcome. We don't charge anything for it because we're not paying anything for it. So
Seems fair. All right. I will come back and observe whenever this event occurs. I've never heard of this.
this afternoon around sunset.
Okay. Thank you for your explanation. And I look around to see if any of my adventuring group is
You are
here.
standing right next to Chadrick and A.
Well, yes.
Well,
and
right
I'm
next to
going
Chadrick, A is currently trying to do a stealth check to hide behind Chadrick,
Oh,
which I'm going to roll for A.
that's a good idea.
Hey, it's going to be a wonderful rogue at this rate.
Well, that's a 5 on a roll for stealth, so I'm not even going to make you roll to oppose. A is hiding behind Chadrick, but A is peeking out on one side, so you see all of A's head, and A's tail is a counterweight poking out the other side. So, not
I'm going
an
to
excellent
ignore
job.
that. I'm going to ignore that, let the poor creature feel like he's being stealthy. And I look around to see who else is here. Probably see Stonebrook at the bar if he's still eating fish. One would guess. Yes?
Yep, he's still chewing away.
Okay. I'll go up next to him and say hello.
Hello.
It sounded like the tail was still sticking out of your mouth. The rest of the fish was consumed, but the tail was still sticking out of your mouth when you said that.
Yep, exactly.
Mech has seen worse. Whatever.
Okay, I am going to assume that I didn't find anything particularly interesting, so I'm going to go sign up for open mic night at the bar.
Okay. Chadrick, do you hang around the sign-up sheet, or do you go somewhere else afterwards?
After making sure that A gets his portion, be like, hey, look, there he is. He wants his portion. He's not in the mood to talk. Then I will, kind I'm just planning on just kind of going outside and hanging out with A, and like the two of us being bros and hooligans on the streets until open mic night.
Okay. Well,
Trying to spend all of A's money.
the amount of gold you've given A is about half of A's weight.
Hopefully A is going to be sensible and not actually take all of it out.
Sensible?
You also think that A wants to hang out with everyone more?
No, but it would be probably safe to keep the money in a bank when you're a tiny little kobold. Oh well, we'll get more money and put it into A's account as needed.
Well, A is currently carrying all of this money in a small bag that does not, in fact, have a $sign drawn on the side of it. But somehow it would probably be better if it was. But they are carrying it in front of them the same way a child carries a cat. They learned it from watching Halloween,
Oh,
and they are very quickly learning that this is not the way to carry something heavy. However, they have a strength modifier of -2, so they don't have a lot of experience carrying heavy things. Meanwhile, they are also they're not telling Chadrick their whole life story, but they are saying what's happened since they got here, which is pretty much they found out very quickly that there's kobolds on the island, there's kobolds in the city. There's a large number of kobolds in the city. They all live underground, mostly in the sewers and a bunch of tunnels that they dug. That's fantastic. They are gainfully employed by the city. They work with sanitation and cleanup, and that's wonderful. They've unionized. That's even better. They've blackballed any kobolds coming down from the moon.
oh
So A can't get a job, because everyone assumes that A would get a job with the kobolds, but the kobolds don't let A get a job. Which is why they were trying to steal money from the bar.
Little dude, that's messed up, man. That's not cool. We should fight the man.
Which one?
You know.
No.
But like,
I don't-
actually, I really think that maybe we can petition like the union about being cool, man. Because like, come on, we're supposed to be cool, man.
I asked
you know-
about that. You have to be a union member to petition the union.
I'm
Was
not
it
going to say what I was
partition
going
the
to say.
Or was it patrician the union? I don't know. A lot of P words.
Anyway, you know what? I'm still going to find a way to fight the man. I know how to get some people to talk, and I know how to convince people to do stuff.
And I'll be
I'm gonna help you, little dude.
Find out which man that is.
You know what? That's step one. True, step one. But the thing is that, little dude, you have been issued a party foul, and that will not stand by my rules. I'm gonna make sure you're doing good, dude. I'm gonna help you get a job.
And I understand about 75% of the words you say.
You know what, little man? That's how I feel about most people. So I think that this can work. And
think-
Chadrick just assumed responsibility.
I think
Yeah.
once we get to 80%,
Oh, no.
I'll be able to assign meaning to those words.
That's what my mom told me growing up.
All right. Well, we've been playing for close to an hour, so what do you say we take a short break, and then when we come back, we find out what everyone's doing for open mic night.
All right.
All right. Gonna press the pause button. All right. Welcome back, and a bunch of you are going to the store to see if you can buy any wonderful goods. So the shop that is in Flag headquarters is called Quentin's Used Goods and Consignment Shop Emporium. When this was first introduced to you, there was a gnome that was going up and down the aisles with one of those bicycle flags stuck to his back so you could see where he was over the shelves. And while the various people inside have changed since the last time you were here, those were all customers. The gnome is still there, and maybe it's just the eyebrows, because they're gnome eyebrows, but he looks a bit angrier, or just angry, but it might just be because of the eyebrows.
No, it's because all of the magic items with the blue smoke went poof. That's why he's angry. But we're not saying that.
Anyway, as you walk in, you see shelves upon shelves of all kinds of stuff. There is a small section with clothing, like just random regular clothing like you would find in a modern day consignment shop, although the fashions are a bit different. But there's also weapons and armor and adventuring gear, and there's some items that appear to be in glass cases that are sealed, and there's a sign that says all magical items subject to quarantine before reselling.
That Seems like a very good policy.
Yeah, I had to implement it after a bunch of them evaporated.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a contagion or a vengeful god or someone playing a practical joke, but I lost so much inventory. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, a lot of it's replaceable,
No.
but I lost my giant flaming raging poisoning sword of doom.
Okay, Garfield.
Who?
Yeah, we saw something pretty important to us vanish too.
Literally all of time and space.
The useful thing is that Chadrick is not a reliable narrator, so nobody's going to believe him.
Also, when you tell someone that you lost all of time and space,
While smelling that much like alcohol.
I'm assuming it's just a permanent aura that Chadrick has. The fact that you are able to have the conversation implies that you have not lost all of time and space.
It got better.
No, see, that's fundamentally the thing is
It's Newtonium.
because you're in time and space. You have to be outside it to lose it.
I did
So
lose
we're back in time and space. We just don't know where it is.
So you've traveled back in time.
Put us back where
Yes,
we
well.
came from, or so help me.
Chadrick, that's not possible.
I meant somewhat more
I've seen
recently
that
than
musical.
Oh, really? Yeah, it just got stuck in my head. Wasn't it the best? Didn't you love the part where the alien jumped out of the chest and then started tap dancing?
The special effects weren't really good. I saw it off Broadway.
Man, yeah, I saw original cast. So good.
Here's
I'm
the
going to
problem
walk
with
around and
that.
look for a
Original
weapon.
cast is alive now. You're from thousands of years in the future.
Does Chadrick
What do you mean?
know-
The original cast is alive right now. Hero wrote that.
Yes, Chadrick saw it thousands of years in the future. Chadrick would not have seen the original cast.
Unless that's what he did one of his drunken nights.
Or, well, Chadrick still wouldn't have seen the original cast, but Chadrick could have been told it was the original cast.
That's possible.
That's also possible. Anyway, what can I do for you? Are you buying or selling?
I'm looking to buy a battle
Buying
axe.
at the moment, I think.
Oh, we have plenty of battle axes. You want big ones, small ones, some as big as your head.
Ones that climb on rocks.
Hopefully not. I'll take a look at them and see what suits.
Okay.
If you don't mind, where would that be?
Right over here with the other edge weapons.
Oh, great. I'll be over here for a little while.
Okay.
Do you have cool sunglasses?
The coolest,
Yeah.
but you might not actually be able to handle the coolest.
Potion seller, I can handle your coolest potions.
He just sort of looks at you out of the side of his eye and then...
Sorry.
Then he goes behind the counter. He comes back with a box and some mittens and a pair of tongs.
The shade, who's the wielder?
This is a regular
the
show
mittens.
episode.
He uses the tongs to take the lid off the box, and mist just flows out of the box as he reaches in with the tongs and pulls out a cube that seems to have a pair of sunglasses embedded inside of it.
Those look hard to wear.
Hey, you didn't ask for the most practical sunglasses, you asked for the coolest. And
Chadrick
these-
asked
And
for the
these are
oxygen.
absolute zero.
I want to try them.
You have,
Well,
Crash, I
that's a
talked over
healing
you.
word, so why not?
you have to sign a waiver and put down a down payment of 200 gold first.
Crash, I'm sorry. I talked over you when you were saying what the sunglasses actually did.
They freeze oxygen, so when you said they are absolute zero, that was a yes and.
Gotcha.
How about I sign a waiver?
And the 200 gold?
Or not?
Right. I'm never going to sell these. And he puts them back in
Especially
the
not
box.
with 200 gold as a deposit.
Well, regardless of the shape, they are capable of freezing oxygen. There's ways to weaponize this.
Oh, yes. I've already thought of several.
Ellie, you are a gem and a treasure, and I'm so glad you are in this campaign. And like I said, if I give you certain things, you're going to kill a Tarrasque at level 5. So, the Tarrasque is a possible quest.
I mean, for one thing, I don't need to breathe.
Same.
Yes, but you do need the metal to not be frozen to the point of being brittle enough to break at a touch.
That's true.
Yes.
Good point.
Anyway, I've got regular sunglasses too. They're usually a couple copper.
I'm gonna get the coolest ones that are within my pay range.
They're mostly used by the Augmenites instead of welding goggles.
Good enough.
Well, he's going to need pretty good sunglasses because his future's pretty bright.
Yeah!
I have not heard that pun before. And let me roll. That is a 19 on the deception check, by the way.
Against me?
Against anyone who cared to listen to Quentin saying that he has not heard that pun before.
He was fibbing.
Well, the players know this.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 2 copper.
I think
4
he's telling the
sunglasses.
truth.
Yes, you got a 7 on perception. Technically, that would have been an insight, but I don't think there's that much of a difference in the modifiers.
No, if anything,
Not
it's
enough to
actually
count.
worse.
Not enough.
So, I just look then at up at them in awe of like, wow, you told a new joke.
Well, you're thousands of years in the past, so all of your old jokes are new jokes.
I heard that song.
Everything old has passed away. Behold, everything has become new.
Just like in the Long Long trailer.
I think I'm missing context there.
Oh,
but
they
that's
might be
okay.
giants is glorious and
Oh,
terrible to
okay.
behold.
Close enough.
So I admit that I'm pausing a lot because I am trying to find the equipment list in the player's handbook, and that's not starting equipment, or is it?
One moment. Do you want the equipment list? I can find the equipment list.
Found it.
Oh.
I was still clicking on things while I was telling you that I was stalling. Telling you that I was stalling was actually me stalling.
Good stall.
All right. Do I need to roll to see if I find a battle axe? That
Oh no,
seems
they have
good?
plenty of
Just
axes.
have
A
a
great
bunch?
axe is going to
Okay.
cost you 30 gold.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'm looking for
The-
one that looks intimidating.
Okay.
and
you
that
find
isn't
one
falling to
that
pieces.
is red and black,
Okay.
and the price tag next to where it says 30 gold says really great axe.
Ooh.
It's got
Someone
a
was
skull
clever
motif.
with this. It says what?
It's got
Oh,
a skull
snap.
motif in the inlay.
Ooh, this one. Yes, absolutely. And I bring it over to the gnome wherever he's gone. I'll look for the flag.
Yep, you find the flag very easily.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
This one. How
Yep,
much is it?
That's one of our best sellers. 30 gold, like it says
All
on
right.
the label.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, here you are, and I give him 30
Right,
gold.
wonderful. And you, my furry little friend here, what can I get for you?
Do you have any helmets that look like skulls?
You know, I might.
Why is my phone beeping?
Because Mo's taking more selfies. He just doesn't know he's taking selfies. He's just looking at himself in the mirror as he shaves. But no, never mind. And maybe practicing smiles. But he won't admit to that. So I don't have any on display, but let me check in the back.
Which means no.
No, in this case, it might mean yes.
Out of character, worked in retail, so that always meant let me step on the bag for a second, and then come back and go, no, we don't have any more. So
Oddly enough, when I worked retail, when we checked in the back, it was because we knew that our inventory said we had it. Otherwise, we didn't waste our time. Because we had to do inventory every 3 months, and it was a pain in the butt, so we relied on that.
Wow. Yeah.
So he goes in the back, and he comes out dragging a box behind him. It's making a horrible scratching sound on the floor as he does it. And then he opens the lid. It looks like a treasure chest, that kind of box. And he almost half crawls into it, and he starts tossing hats out. There's a variety of berets, skull caps, but not that kind of skull cap. In one case, it looks like the kind of thing that you put, like a swimming cap. There's several fedoras, a few trilbies, a few flat caps,
Tribbles, I hope.
bowler hats, top hats, a Dalmatian. It barks and runs away. Here we go. It's magical, but it's not, the magic isn't like making it more powerful or anything. But here, try this on for size.
okay, he'll touch it. What does it feel like?
It feels like cold metal.
Okay, I'm really looking for something more organic, locally sourced.
Ah, but you haven't seen yourself in the mirror. Take a look at this. And he sort of half drags you over to...
Is it a dread helm?
It may be he drags you over to a full-length mirror, which means it is 3 times your height. And you are, in fact, wearing a metal helmet, but the metal helmet is designed so that it looks like you are looking through the eyes of a skull, and they're glowing red.
I was right.
Told you.
Nah, this isn't me. I think I'll just stick with what I got.
All right. That's fine. I'm going to put this on the shelf. I was looking for this earlier. Somewhere off in the wilderness, or wherever, an undisclosed location, Punk realizes that there still is only one. Oh, wait, that's a reveal because I never told the rest of the party what item you got.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is good to know.
Yep.
No, you told
Punk
us
has-
that.
Punk has a sculpted bat motif helm, so Punk is Bat Punk. Okay. Anyone else looking for an item?
I'd like to look for some armor. Oh, Cavil,
Yes.
you're the reason we came here.
You
So-
can go first. That's all right.
Oh, well, I'm just looking for armor. Or if you've got a really good maul.
Quentin looks you up and down and says, "You're well, first of all, you're a tall one, and also, aren't you already kind of made of armor?"
Every bit helps.
Yeah, I get that. All right, well, let me take a look. And he goes behind the counter, pulls out a book, and slams it down top of the counter, probably because it's heavy enough that putting it on the counter means he has to slam it. And he opens it up and says, "Well, we have some display models that are out, but most of our inventory is in the back. This is what we got. And do you want light armor, medium armor, heavy plate, tanks, your welcomes?"
Heavy, I think, if you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, medium is fine.
You want full plate, splint, chainmail, ring mail?
What can I say except you're welcomes?
Thank you.
You know what? Don't worry about it for now.
Okay. He closes the book and grumbles a little bit as he slides it off the countertop and puts it back on the shelf.
Let's get Cavil what they need.
I am looking through. I'm looking for common magical items.
Oh, we got a bunch of those. What kind of common magical item would you like?
One moment. Let me find the things. Sorry, I'm scrolling through D&D Beyond, and somehow
as the DM also tries to go through D&D Beyond to find the list of common magical items.
I am trying to find it again because I look for things, and now I.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, wonderful!
All right. Well,
I am trying to find the Featherfall feather token. How much do common magical items cost anyway?
well, it depends on the item in our inventory and supply, demand, and things like that. Featherfall is incredibly useful. There are a lot of adventurers who live by it, and there's a lot of them who die for not having it. They're usually much thinner.
And a bit more spread out.
Yeah. Sometimes we refer to them as street pizza, but not while their next of kin is listening.
Good idea. I mean, adventurers with next of kin, sometimes their next of kin is also an adventurer.
Yes, and sometimes they're heavily armed. And sometimes the rest of them's heavy too, which, also helps with the feather token. Well, all that's to say that these are... I still have a few, but they're about 100 gold.
Oh well.
Now that I've bought a great axe, can I sell him the one I was using before?
What did you have before, a great axe or a battle axe?
It was a great axe before, but I'm assuming this one's better in some way.
That is an assumption you can make. Why didn't you offer a trade-in? I could have given you a discount.
Well, I didn't realize that I had two of them now, and I only need one, and this one's rather intimidating, so I like it better. But if you could use this one, we could do a trade-in kind of thing, I guess.
All right, well, let me take a look at this. And he pulls out one of those things that jewelers use to look at things really closely.
Oh.
I don't know the name of it. I want to say monocle, but I know that's
It's a
not the
loop.
right word.
It's a loop, yeah.
Okay. Well, it does have a small loop that sticks out from the side of it, so you can put it around his wrist. So a loop was on the loop, and he looks over it and says, "You have used this recently."
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but only once.
Well, once apparently was enough.
It was.
It can't argue with results. Quality doesn't look half bad. I like the alloy. What is this? Is this steel? This isn't steel.
I don't think I've ever asked.
You know, I'll give you 15 gold for it.
That'll do. Thank you.
Would you like the money, or would you want it on your account?
I'll just take the money.
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. And I put it in the little pocket on the front piece of my body, I guess, where I've got the sending stone or whatever it is, the flagstone.
You're
put
a
it there
warforged.
for
You can have compartments wherever you want the compartments.
Yes. Well, I'm just putting them all, it's just small items going there.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So that was
It's-
15 gold, right? Yeah.
I am not even saying this is headcanon. It's just a thought that amuses me of a warforged that's like, I'm just going to put them all in this compartment. But it's not a compartment. It's a maintenance hatch.
I
But they
would
didn't
hope,
realize it, so there's just
I
stuff
would
rattling around
hope
in there.
that they would know what that was for.
Every now and then, some conductive metal hits the wrong part, and like they start to twitch.
Oops.
Oh, I've been calculating my armor class wrong. I actually started with armor. I didn't realize I had armor. Whoops.
I didn't realize it wasn't butter.
Don't use
No,
butter
no,
for
don't butter
armor.
Hobby. Don't butter
No,
Hobby.
do not butter Hobby. No.
Or margarine her.
A tabaxi named
No.
Jorts just walks by, and there's stuff dripping off of them, and they say, "That's the last time I do a quest for the librarians."
Oh no. Watch out for Pam.
I love everything about this except what happened to Jorts.
Poor Jorts.
All right. Can I help anyone else?
Hoppy is actually standing pat on what she has with her at the moment.
Well, I was going to buy armor, but I did not realize I already had armor.
Whoops.
I literally just wanted the cool
Obviously-
shades. I put them on. I'm already gone.
You're out, like, leaning up against a pillar or signpost or something with your arms crossed in front of you and the shades on.
I wear my sunglasses at night, so it's going to be part of my routine.
And A is trying to do the same pose, but not pulling it off, in part because they did not buy sunglasses.
Aww.
I got little sunglasses for them.
Okay, so A has sunglasses.
Aww. Hoppy is probably just peered over, checked to make sure the day is okay, said that they put money in A's account. It looks like A's got some of it, and if this paladin bothers A, then just say, and Hoppy will gripe at him.
By the way, I rolled a
And
stealth
then
check
not-
for
Tormented him.
I rolled a stealth check for A for the whole Quentin's used goods and consignment shop Emporium part, and that was
Uh-huh.
nat 20. So you did not, in fact, see A inside that shop.
Oh, Hoppy is probably still actually then dividing her attention between the door of the shop and peering around the rest of the open room to see if she catches sight of A.
I'm going to say there was at least one point where, as you were dividing your attention and turning, every time you turned, A was standing directly behind you.
While me and A are standing outside, I'm going to teach him how to snap his fingers in a cool way, like the sharks.
But sharks don't have fingers.
A
You
will
know, like
point
West
this
Side
out.
Story.
But we're on the east side of town.
It's one of those cool, like, plays that I was telling you about. It's just what the cool people do. Like, be able to go there and you gotta be like, yo, cat, what up? Just like when I talk to you, I'm like, yo, little dude, what up?
Yeah, I've gone down to understanding 70% of what you're saying. But also, they did have plays here, but the playhouse burned down.
Bet they were real fire shows, man.
Well, yeah, it burned down. A does not understand any of this. But A and Stonebrook would probably get along with their just, do you understand any of this? No. Do you understand any of this? No. Except A's
We are
first
brothers in
encounter with
confusion.
Except A's first encounter with Stonebrook. Stonebrook was wearing one of A's cousins as a hat.
Hmm.
I
So-
mean,
But that sort of put a damper on their relationship. All right. So you've done your shopping.
Oh, yeah, I have one more question to ask the gnome.
Certainly.
Do you know an artificer who could
Yes.
duplicate my hammer?
Oh. I don't know a guy, but I know a guy who knows a guy.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Right. Well, do you want to duplicate it now?
No, but I may in the future.
All right, just let me know and I'll contact Mo.
Poor Mo.
You know what they
There's
say,
no
more
escaping
money, more
this.
problems.
Mo is fabulously wealthy because Mo buys and sells things. And every now and then, Mo encounters an item that is incredibly useful, and Mo decides the world would be better and he'd be richer if there were more of that item in his warehouse.
I think my character was not around when Mo was part of this.
This is true.
Mo was somewhat appalled to realize that Mo is a patron.
Yes,
I kind
it was
of
a glorious
figured
moment
that. Yeah, I bet it was good.
for everyone but Mo.
It was a
Fennec
It
moment.
Senior
was not
was in-
really. It was not really a glorious moment for Cavill either.
Oh, this is true. Fennec Sr., however, enjoyed every moment of it. Every Mo moment. Well, with the puns continuing and the shopping ending, the day goes on. If there's nothing else you want to do between now and open mic night starting, the sun finally sets. It's time for the show to go on. And the side of the large common room in Flag headquarters that is on the same side as the bar. Well, sorry, the bar's in the middle. The side of the Flag headquarters that's on the same side as the stage is starting to fill up with ragtag adventurers. Some of them more ragtag than others. There's some that are showing up wearing all different kinds of things. There's some that have like matching outfits where even though like the wizard is wearing robes and the paladin's wearing a full suit of armor, they've got color coordination and little matching badges that indicate the group name that they've picked for themselves.
Do you think I can convince A to go on stage with me?
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
No.
Did you say with a disadvantage or a advantage?
Disadvantage. And if I could do double disadvantage, I would.
Oh.
Holy crap. You got
18.
an 18. I'm not really good at performing, but
No. I'm gonna have you be the straight man. It's good.
I'm a kobold.
Okay, so a straight man is a term for somebody who takes jokes at face value, like you do naturally, to add to the humor of the joke.
So my job is, well, let me roll an insight check. So my job is to go on stage with you and not understand you?
That's right. We're gonna do a classic from where I'm from that these people haven't heard yet. It's called Who's on First.
I was born for this role.
Aww.
The role of not understanding a thing you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna practice. You're gonna ask me who's on first.
Who's on first?
What's on second?
Wait, is this about those towns south of Coomridge?
So yeah, I'm gonna do some Abbott and Costello jokes using him as the straight man.
Because what's on disappeared? They built a new town there called Crater.
Man, you're perfect for this role.
And I don't know, they built a library there. Really big place, kind of fancy. You can see it from the moon.
This is a gift from the gods.
Which ones? Vengeful gods or evil gods?
The
Are
party
those the
god.
only kind of god?
The party gods
A
have
is a
smiled on me
traditional
tonight.
kobold.
Ah.
Okay, you know what? Give me a performance check. You have a 21. The audience loves it. And a lot of coins are thrown your way. They're mostly copper. A few of them do a point of damage to A, but there's enough coinage tossed your way to add up to about 18 gold.
Yes.
Okay. Next up is a cohort that's referred to as the Metal Aces, and all of them appear to be heavily muscled, and they're wearing armor, but the armor looks more decorative than anything else. The lead singer is a strapping young man who apparently is wearing an entire bear head as a pauldron. You're
I think
pretty
I'm going
sure
to
it was
enjoy
taxidermied, but you're not entirely sure it was taxidermied. What was that?
I said, I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Okay, they get up on stage, and then he screams for a good 10 seconds. And then they start
I
playing their
cheer.
instruments.
I cheer.
I also cheer.
Spittle flies over the second row of tables.
Oh, heck yeah, splash zone.
You notice that some cohorts did in fact bring large tarps to hold up in front of them. We
Are
actually
we in
brought
Rocky
this for
Horror
the
Picture
one bar
Show?
that smashes watermelons a lot, but it works for this one too.
So at this point, Mech is confused as to why biologicals seem to find this interesting.
Dude, it's like about like the emotions behind it. You can tell that he has so much passion by the way he yells that he's like super into it, and therefore it has value.
Darkness! No parents!
This is
See?
rich.
He has so much passion about like embracing his inner darkness and learning how to become an individual and like someone away from his parents, and therefore that is why it has artistic value and importance.
I give you as much of a what the hell look as I can. And then
Dude, I am all about parties, and parties mean respecting artistic outlets. This is high art.
All right, well, they finish and go off stage. Then a group of kobolds come on stage with brooms to sweep away the broken instruments, several of whom give dirty looks in A's general direction.
Elliot, I literally laughed so loud at that I just scared my cat.
Sorry, Pev.
No, it's fine. That's worth it. Cowabummer is always worth it.
Cowabummer as a response to Batman telling you, this is where I watched my parents die. I do appreciate that the concept of Batman meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been told in more than one form of media. I do appreciate. With that said, there's a few more bands of various qualities. There's a few more comedians who come up. There's some single acts. And next up, for their first time on stage here in Flag, Cavil.
Oh, wonderful. I am going to go up on stage and tune my microphone, and you know how Cavil's spellcasting voice is kind of like auto-tuned Eldritch chanting?
Well, we know that now.
Yeah, I'm not sure I actually said this,
But that's fantastic. I'm here for this content.
this is also Cavil's general musical style. And, well, this was a thing, this was a genre in the future, and I have no idea what people are going to think of it in this era, and I am typing in a performance check right now as I talk.
I love that you said this was a genre in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And we
perfectly
all-
accurate.
That makes sense to everyone here. However, that is going to be an out of context quote.
I want to say that I really appreciate that you're like, I'm going to type in a role in the, in there. And at the exact moment you said that, Ellie dropped the curvy fat suit dancing. And I was like, wow, that's an amazing music genre.
I'm not sure how to count that as a numerical value, though. So, I don't know if you've seen Back to the Future, the first Back to the Future movie, but
You've seen it.
there are spellcasters in the back near the bar who are sending spells to friends of theirs that are bards on the other side of the world, saying, hey, you know that new sound that you've been looking for? Listen to this.
You gotta hear this.
And then they try to hum along because sending doesn't really work for like third parties. So it really depends on how well they can hum along to autotune. You still might be better than what you've inspired. But yes, with a 24, that goes over very well. Everyone who performs well is getting money thrown at them. That just seems to be the thing that people do. You get the equivalent of 32 gold worth of coins. Again, most of it's copper. And actually, you're pretty sure some of these are made of iron. And that was a piece of
Ooh,
that
Dragonlance crossover.
Yeah. No, they were just small pieces of iron.
Oh dear.
Although
I also want to make sure it's known.
coming back.
I want to make sure it's known and seen the fact that I rolled a 17 performance check to clap and cheer EO on before they started.
Oh,
That makes 2 campaigns in a row where you have rolled to clap.
You keep giving me performance opportunities.
And surprisingly, none of them were the campaigns with the disembodied hands.
True.
No, because Paige outsourced.
Yeah, and also Paige instead taught them sign language.
and it was glorious.
It was a modified sign language because, they were just the hands.
You gotta hand it, Paige. You gotta hand it to him.
Well, one was the left hand, one was the right hand, and one would fill in when the other got tired.
I adore that I get to play this game with you, my friend. All right, you've been a great crowd, everyone. This has been fantastic. We got one more show on the docket. Everyone give a big round of applause for 8675309. All right. And a Modron comes on stage. They are one of those Modrons that... Now, most of you have not seen Modrons because at the time that you are from, you know that Jenny started off as a Modron, but Jenny was mostly humanoid. But you knew of Modrons and how they were mostly geometric shapes until you got to Primus. This Modron looks like 2 boxes stuck together with an Uncanny Valley face stuck on the topmost box and spindly limbs coming out to be the arms and legs. Thank you for the applause for my first song, My Life Story. And there's some audible groans in the back, followed by about 30 seconds of static. And the static ends. For my next song, a new composition, I call In the Future Everything is Fine. And
Sure hope so.
they open their mouth, and you don't know what a chiptune is, but that is the genre of music that comes out of their mouth without moving the lips at all. The mouth is just open. It is a speaker.
Cool.
Cedric is so excited to find out about chiptune music, he is jamming.
Ding, 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 ding.
By the way, for the record, In the Future Everything is Fine is the theme song for the Cobalt game. It's an actual song that somebody made.
Oh.
I will find a link for you later. They finish that song. There's a few coins that are tossed. Some of them might have been aimed. Happy
will toss a few.
Thank you. And they walk off stage.
Happy would like to toss a few.
Okay.
Aw.
You toss a few coins or people throwing coins?
Coins. It seem appropriate to toss the tossers.
Yes, it seems appropriate to me also.
Right. Gotta send a few. In the future, everything is fine. Sounds like a very good song, and we should approve it.
Okay.
I will remove the random silvers from my inventory.
All right. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Tonight was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, Jen, Milo, Tom, who had to step away, unfortunately, because it's getting late. Is there...
This is a weird way for the MC to end open mic night.
It's worth pointing out also that the MC was not Mo. But is there anything that anyone would like to plug?
Yes, Mom writes books at elizabeth-mccoy.com, or, Elizabeth McCoy and the usual ebook culprits, including Smashwords. Yeah, culprits. They commit, please go to only legitimate ebook culprits and not illegitimate ebook culprits, because illegitimate ebook culprits make small, tiny authors very sad. You can get your library to order them.
The author?
And
Speaking of
The authors.
yes.
Speaking of books,
Speaking of books, my website is bookofjen.net, and it has a lot of gaming stuff on it lately. I mean to be getting around to more book review type things and other stuff, but I've been really busy with a number of different projects lately. And I'm also the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which is focusing mostly on the Diablo series of games from Blizzard Entertainment, plus all of the shenanigans going on with the company that makes it. And you can find that at shatteredsoulstone.com.
And speaking of websites,
Oh, yeah, that's me. Hi. I run Elec.xyz.
Take two.
Elec.xyz. It's ELEKK.xyz. I promise. That's the site. It's a defederated social media. That's the words, yes. Gosh.
Also, it's worth noting that Tom also writes books. You can get those at nogodsbeforeus.com.
Yep.
And I do believe we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Ellie, Eric, Mickey, Shanshan, Walter, and patron emeritus, Cindy. So until next time, this is Crash saying, wait, are these being saved? Good night, everybody.
Night.